to the RunRX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running.
Welcome back to the RunRX podcast. I'm your host, Coach Caroline, and I'm here with Coach Valerie. Coach, you saw a social media post, an influencer said something on a social media post about running that we wanted to kind of just give our opinion on. What was it that the post said?
So the post was talking about cadence, and the way the person said it was basically like, not every runner needs to run at a 180 cadence. Stop telling runners to do that, especially if someone's a 10-minute miler. And when I saw that, and of course, I also read the comments, and the comments were people saying things like, well, what cadence should I run? And then, of course, people posting, here's my cadence.
Yeah.
And so none of it even had any understanding of why would we even talk about cadence. So like if you just throw out this number to people and tell them to run this number, I can understand that it doesn't really make much sense. And then he added on, especially if you're a slower runner. So he said a 10-minute miler. And I have to just laugh for a minute. There's nothing wrong with a 10-minute mile. We've always had a discussion about this as well. There's a level of snobbery, I think, in running where people that think they're like more elite, they see a 10-minute mile as slow, right? Well,
Right.
we have a lot of runners in RunRX that would love to run a 10-minute mile, right? We have people that run 6-minute miles, 7-minute miles, you name it, 8, 9. But we have people that run 10-minute miles, 11-minute miles, 12-minute miles. So my thought is I've always brought people in, anyone that signs up with RunRX, where our goal is for you to run pain-free, right? So when I first started to learn the pose method of running, and this is now, gosh, it's now 26 years ago, one of the first things I saw was about the cadence being at 180. And so I thought, and without further reading, I also thought, oh, you're supposed to run at 180. So I got this metronome and I went out and tried to run at 180. Well, I think my cadence when I first started was like 160 to 165. So I tried running at 180 and I thought my calves were going to explode. And so one of the things people need to understand is it makes no sense to tell someone to just try to run at 180. They've never done that before. What does it even mean, right? So then all of a sudden you're just trying to pick up your feet really quick. So I can see what it happened to me too. I was like, oh my gosh, that was crazy. Like my calves are tight. It doesn't feel like I'm running. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Well, the reality is that cadence is a response to the body's fall. Pull is after fall. And what happens in our running, when we run, we teach pose. Once the body's falling forward, you're pulling your foot up to keep up with your falling body. So the reason the cadence goes up is because you're learning how to hold your body in the right place and allow gravity to move it forward. So once you start to explain that to people and they start to feel that, which we do it through running drills, then their cadence naturally increases. So that's the big thing too. We've never told anyone, hey, go out and run your next run at 180. Good luck.
Right.
We're the opposite. We're the opposite of that. We're like, you do drills at 180. Like we have people doing metronome drills and learning to feel what 180 is. However, to be able to really run at 180, you need to develop muscle elasticity. You need to develop strength. You need to develop skill. So that's the fun part of the drills is we treat everyone like they all need to run with correct form. And part of correct form, part of correct technique is letting that cadence increase. Guys, increasing your cadence reduces impact, allows you to use muscle elasticity. However, he's right. It makes no sense to just increase cadence for no reason. It makes sense to understand why you need to increase the cadence. And then the Y 180, that number is from a research done for NASA. And it's all available. And the 180 is to help you reduce impact. For some reason, that 180 number, and now they make power plates at 180, it works. It's the vibration force on the ground. When you're running at 180 or higher, by the way, the body is able to work with ground reaction force in a positive manner. And that sounds a little complicated, but what it means is you're able to use your own elasticity rather than putting 3 to 15 times your body weight of impact into your knees. So there is a reason to use cadence, and there's a reason to train people to develop elasticity. So it is worth it. We're just very quick on telling people, please don't just think I need to run at 180. That's the fun of
Well,
doing the drills.
that's what I was going to say. Everybody comes back at usually by week 3, when they're starting to really kind of get out there and do more. And they say, I'm not going anywhere. I'm so exhausted. And that's when we tell them, that's because you're trying to run at 180, right? And
Right.
we have to have this conversation so frequently. I think we even have a video on it. But that's the point, is you have to build up to it. You have to let your body adapt to it, which is really important, guys. So
Well,
I
on the
agree.
positive, I'll say this real quick. We've got one woman right now, and when she first started, she had read the pose book, and so she had really worked on her cadence. So she got her cadence when she started was like 190 to 195, and she was running a 13-minute mile. And this is exactly what he was saying. Like, if you're
Yeah.
just pulling your feet and there's nothing happening, you're not going anywhere, then it's not really, you're not
running in
really,
place.
yeah, yeah, you're running in place. So now, though, she's learned how to fall, how to hold pose
Right.
and fall. Well, this is the best part. Because she was building up her cadence, she was, in a sense, and in effect, she built her strength, she built
Hmm.
her elasticity, she built her ability to hold that cadence, which is fantastic. Well, now she's running like 2 or 3 minutes faster per mile, and she keeps telling me, I can't believe it. It just feels so much easier. And
And
I
it
said, I
was just the
know.
fall. It was just holding the fall,
Right.
right?
But in her mind, she really, and this is for a lot of you guys, some people read the book or they watch some of my videos, and one thing will stick. Like for her, for some reason, that 180 high cadence. So that's what she focused on. And that's what I tell people, the benefits of coming into the program, even if just doing the 3-2-1 run, remember there's 3 elements. There's pose, there's fall, there's pull. So if you're just running with high cadence and you're not going anywhere, you got to talk to yourself and say, okay, am I doing the other 2 parts? So that's the fun part, guys, is if you do get into the training, cadence is just a part of it, but it really makes your run a lot more fun.
Well, and I was going to, just to wrap it up too, you said the strength, you said the elasticity, but it also helps your cardiovascular, which
Oh, yeah.
is what, like, I'm going to be hoping to start running again. It's been a while. But that's always my biggest thing, is I feel like I'm going to die because I can't breathe. And it's totally because my cardiovascular's gone to poop. So that helps you as well. So it's not to say don't ever run in place, right? But like you were saying, that's the drilling side of things. And
Right.
then, but it's really great that her cardiovascular, her strength, everything was there, that all she needed to do was just add that falling, which is a whole nother mental conversation in and of itself. Being able to hold that fall and not be afraid of hurting yourself, of face planting. So um I hope, guys, you'll join us for next week's episode. We won't be talking about face planting, but who knows? Maybe. Let me think about it. If you are interested in joining the RunRX community and joining and having Valerie watch you run, go to the RunRX app on Google or the Apple's iStore, Apple Store. Look for RunRX Academy, and you can join our app right there. And the community is moving into the app, so we're trying to move away from Facebook, trying to make it easier. People are having just a great time. And you can be with a community of runners that understand what you're talking about. You can talk to Valerie. You can ask questions. And it is a monthly membership, but you can cancel anytime. But we would love to have you come in and stay for a little while. So go to runrx.fit and say, work with me, or go to the RunRX app at RunRX Academy on Google or iTunes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the RunRX podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.